ICS Toolbox provides the first tabletop ICS training system that emergency service organizations own that is portable and expandable to meet the new challenges facing our country, from day-to-day incidents to events of national significance. ICS Toolbox's NIMS City ICS tabletop training system is currently being used by emergency service organizations throughout the country to meet the challenges of compliance to national response standards, and day-to-day incident response is reinforced with all responders to ensure that everyone goes home safe after the call. This versatile, adaptable, and flexible tabletop training aid was designed to support the imagination of the training officers and instructors teaching any gaming, simulation tabletop programs related to all hazards ICS and National Model Incident Management Procedure Guides. It provides the common ground training aid that allows all emergency services agencies a reason and a place at the tabletop that builds unified training for unified response within your community. The NIMS City ICS tabletop system is designed for all emergency service agencies and provides training aids that support instruction of highway, freeway incident management, fire rescue scene operations, law enforcement incidents, mass casualty incidents, healthcare facility incident management, hospital incident command system, HICS, EOC management functions, special events planning and post-incident analysis review, unified and area command.
Hi, my name is Tom Schwartz. We're here today to talk about ICS Toolbox and what the company provides in way of NIMS compliant ICS, highway incident management and disaster training aids for the instructor, facilitator, fire, rescue, law enforcement, emergency management, and highway departments throughout the Commonwealth as well as the country. Here's a depiction of a highway incident management problem. We have a vehicle wreck, a crash with an overturned vehicle. We have fire, law enforcement. We have highway department in a lane closure following proper MUTCD rules and regulations. We got the highway department with a lane closure truck. We have police barricading lanes. We have lanes going around the work impact area. We have egress for the EMS units. We have a proper buffer vehicle to prevent anybody from running into our accident scene with the proper conage. And we have a template that's provided in the toolkit to assist the new students in highway incident management to understand how to set up such a scene. In this type of scene, based on what we provide you in our training aid, you can show the intricacies between a unified command post and all of the interactions that have to be taken by the first arriving engine company, EMS units, hazmat, spill control, establishing your divisions around the incident. You have a staging area, a unified command post, all the decisions that are made at the unified command post, the decisions they made from canned reports, PAR checks, and the actual environmental hazard identification, breathing hazards. All of these pieces are usable and you can pick them up and place them anywhere you want, and they come off of our incident work trays. Our incident work trays are all the decisions that an incident commander, first arriving company officer will have to make upon arrival of a scene, whatever scene you want to develop. You can also expand it into a highway incident management situation to where they're still going to have to do lane closures. We provide you the templates to lay down clear transparencies so that the student again sees how to mimic good or best practice. The toolbox includes 3 4 by 8 foot laminated layout boards, one of them being the airport scene, the interstate scene, and the urban scene. In the kit, you will receive 20 vehicles for first alarm assignment development. In addition to that, you also receive additional placards that can increase your resource management, like an ambulance strike team, or if you want an engine company. We have additional resources that are HO scaled, in scale, so that they mimic what you're using on the board for area command or major incident development on each of the boards. that you can do independently. In addition to the kit, you also receive the toolbox and all of the layouts for the highway incident management scenarios, along with traffic barrels and cones. You also receive laminated high gloss working pictures that you can draw on with dry erase, high school scene for ICS 100 and 200, a downtown urban scene, a nuclear power plant that you can use, a shopping mall for large scale events, a regular power plant with rail, a stadium for crowd control, a racetrack, and you also have a hospital pictogram as well. And what these provide you is for senior staff in command and control of major incidents, so that it supports ICS 100, 200, 300, and 400 training, as well as any tabletop training, post-incident analysis training, any pre-planning, special events. What we're trying to do is get this back to the company level officer training, so that we're putting back fundamental training to the engine companies, the rescue squads, the EMS, law enforcement, so that we're all working off the same page, but trying to get it back to fundamentals so they can actually touch it and visualize it, go back to those fundamental learning skills of seeing it, doing it, and repeating it. One of the key components to designing my kit was to make sure that it was scalable. The board was developed on a 1/87th scale ratio so that the vehicles are actually in proper ratio to lanes. The buildings are also HO scale, so you can go to any hobby shop and upgrade the kit by purchasing your own buildings, and you have no problem applying them to the board. As you can see, the kit is very elaborate and very compact. What I've designed this for was the company level officer, the chief officer, the training officer, where he can just simply pick up the duffel bag with the layouts and the toolbox and go out to his car, and he's ready to go. He does not have to take any extra material for the fundamentals to be delivered out in the field. The extra buildings, as we showed you earlier, are not included in the kit. They're here for demonstration purposes only. But if you wish on your own, you can upgrade this, because what I'm providing you is a basic kit, a basic training aid to support your mission of incident command safety, ensuring that all of us go home safe after a call. Thank you very much.
You have just reviewed a phenomenal training aid resource that is NIMS compliant. We, as emergency responders, are all required to follow the national directives on incident management to protect our communities and homeland. We are all in this together, and we believe this fundamental ICS training aid resource will help you and your organization meet the implementation and continued training initiatives not only required by the federal government, but essential to saving and protecting our communities. For information on purchasing your own NIMS City ICS Toolbox, contact ICS Toolbox on the web at www.ics-toolbox.com or call 757-302-0399. Now is the time to join the ranks of other emergency service organizations from around the country who have discovered and incorporated the NIMS City training system into their ICS training program. Some of the organizations who have discovered the proven value of the NIMS City ICS tabletop training system include the following: The intent of this training system is to ensure that all of your personnel arrive safely to the scene of an emergency, follow appropriate incident command procedures, and return home safely. Researched, developed, produced, and distributed as a national sole source provider by Tom Schwartz, who has been serving the fire and rescue community since 1968. He is a retired captain with the Fairfax County, Virginia Fire and Rescue Department and continues to be involved in local, state, and national ICS training development programs and projects. Call now to purchase your own NIMS City ICS tabletop training system.